This is the story about you being gaslit.
Look, I think that Kamala Harris has been running a flawless campaign, and that's why she raised billions of dollars, $1 billion.
We have a ton of new footage from Kamala Harris gaslighting the whole world, but Bill Maher gaslighting England. Welcome to John Mike Keene. Check this out from Kamala Harris this weekend.
He's not being transparent with the voters. He's not being transparent. So check this out. He refuses to release his medical records.
Now, this is Kamala Harris gaslighting you, saying Trump is refusing to release his medical records after they told you that Joe Biden was sharp as a tack. Remember, whatever they're guilty of, they're going to call out the other side. And then if you question it, you're the dummy. Like, they're coming after you. If you question it, they're like, you only question this because you hate Kamala Harris's sex and race.
I've done it. Every other presidential candidate in modern era has done it.
She repeats herself like Foghorn Leghorn. Every other candidate, I said every other candidate has done it. That's a Foghorn Leghorn from the Looney Tunes.
I mean, I remember being in England first time in the 80s, and it was very different.
Yeah.
Very different.
How so?
Well, first of all, London was like all white.
Oh, okay. So London was all white. That's what makes it different. He's allowed to say that. That's not a big deal. It's where he backs it up that it starts getting creepy.
Yeah. Yep. It was.
You know, so can we just celebrate that victory that we made a place more diverse and not, you know, you never get a pat on the back.
No.
The people who like achieve, I feel like, in that area.
Look at the guys sitting across from him are completely silent. They went silent because they don't understand why you should applaud simple diversity. Like, who do you applaud? Who did it? Who made the place a higher percentage of brown? Is that some kind of attribute?
Obama's speech was captivating in Pittsburgh, yet instead of talking about that, we're talking about what he said before the speech to black men.
If the brown or Somalis, or now they have a lot more Muslim terrorism, where's the attribute at? And Bill Maher is just acting like, you know, it's the end all be all, like they just invented indoor plumbing. And I'm all for natural diversity. I don't care. That's not my point. My point is he didn't champion that London got morally better. How about morally more humane? How about morally more loving? He doesn't. He just goes, there's an ethnic change. That is not a moral good by necessity.
There's more to do. Of course there's more to do. But can we just get a little, hey, I think I read in Andrew Sullivan's column, like London went from like 36%.
Yeah, and look up Douglas Murray's book, The Strange, where all of London, they call it Londonistan, the number of rapes of their innocent white women have gone through the roof, and they're unreported. If you report it, then you get in trouble. There's all this pressure to not report or prosecute what's happening to the London people. And the reason why is there's pressure against reporting minority violence. That's all I'm saying.
So like 86% people of color or something like that. No, maybe that's too high, but something
majority
like a
minority.
50 like a 50 point swing. 50 points in 2 generations, 3 generations. Okay, that's progress. I'm not a bad person to like clap for progress.
I'm not a bad person to clap for. Is that your definition of a good person? Bill Maher, who's a famous atheist, why would he even care? Good, bad? It's not even part of his vocabulary. If you're an atheist, if you're not a Christian, you should just go, you know, whatever the materials, whatever your animalistic instincts want, that's what we want. But the guys across from aren't having any of it because they don't understand. What is the big deal? And by the way, he's slobbering drunk there. Go back and watch the footage again. I've never seen Bill Maher that sloshed in an interview. And speaking of sloshed, here's Kamala Harris.
And here's the thing. It makes you wonder. Why does his staff want him to hide away?
What a dirty, stupid, duplicitous hag. Why does his staff want to hide him away? I like how she repeated himself again, doing the Foghorn Leghorn. And I have a question. I said, I have a question. She says it twice. And she puts the finger up like she's this brilliant intellectual. And then what she's going to come out with is the most mentally abusive thing. She claims after an entire summer of everyone trying to hide Kamala because she is an idiot, she cannot function in conversation. That's not an exaggeration. That's not even an opinion. So that's objective fact. It's empirical data. Go back and ask David Hume by his standards of empiricism. Scientists can measure with their calipers, an abacus, and a slide rule. They can measure how dumb she is. They hid her. And then after an entire summer of hiding her, she says, we are trying to hide Trump. That's why Trump won't agree to a debate with her after the last two debates, had a complete ABC brainwashing of you again. And Trump just doesn't want to subject you to the same brainwashing and gaslighting. He said he'd agree to a possible Fox News debate where it's not going to be 3-on-1. He's tired of doing 3-on-1. He's tired of having 3 Democrats. That is Kamala Harris and 2 allegedly neutral moderators. And they're always just 3 Democrats. So yeah, he'd be crazy to sign up to another debate.
One must question.
One must question. One must question. One must question, Professor.
Are they afraid that people will see that he is too weak and unstable to lead America? Is that what's going on?
Oh yeah, Kamala, you sure nailed Trump on that one. You know how Trump is so shy and terrified of a microphone and a camera. You really got him on that one. This is the guy who's done more media in the last 8 years, and certainly in the last year. Trump has done more media, I think, than any other candidate. I believe there's more footage of him out there than anyone else in the world. And she's going to try to convince your little mind, voter. She's going to try to convince your little mind that Trump is hiding and afraid. That it's not working, guys. The polls, she's getting destroyed. They're losing the campaign. That's why we should all be happy. Everyone should be subscribing to me right now just out of pure joy and happiness and having fun. There's no other reason to subscribe. Just as a celebration of Trump completely smoking Kamala Harris and their people.
I think that the media has to do a much better job than what they're doing.
Unable to recover. They've got nothing. I'm John Mike Keene.